Hey everybody, welcome back to our story, Mercy Watson Goes for a Ride by Kate DiCamillo. So there are 8 chapters left in this book. And so usually I read 3 chapters a day, but I think I'm going to do 4 today and 4 tomorrow. And that way we'll finish Mercy Watson on tomorrow. And then on Friday, we'll have a different story. So we'll do 4 chapters today. Okay, hope everybody's ready. Now remember, it was Saturday and they were going for a ride. They do it every Saturday, right? Mercy and Mr. Watson. And we found out that Eugenia does not like it, right? But baby Lincoln, she thought it might be what? She thought it might be fun to go for a ride. Now, they're going for a ride, and who's behind them? Okay, the police, because he was speeding. He's not pulling him over because of the pig. He said, that's fine, but you can't speed. So he's coming after him. And we made a prediction that we thought, who do we think this head is? We think that is baby Lincoln. We're going to read and we're going to see if we're right. Okay, here we go. Ready? All right, chapter 7. In the car with the pig in it, the pig was having a very good time. The wind was tickling her ears, the sun was warm on her snout. Even though she was not the one behind the wheel, Mercy was happy. Mr. Watson was happy too. There's nothing like a fast drive to clear the mind, he shouted. Isn't that right, my dear? Oink, said Mercy. It is wonderful to go fast, said a voice from the back seat. Who said that? Said Mr. Watson. Me, said baby Lincoln. Mr. Watson looked over his shoulder. Hello, Mr. Watson, said Baby. Oink, said Mercy. Hello, Mercy, said Baby. What are you doing? Shouted Mr. Watson. I am having a little adventure, said Baby. I am indulging in some folly. So were we right? Yes, it was baby Lincoln in the back seat. She snuck in the car. Now, Mr. Watson looks a little surprised. He's like, oh my gosh, what are you doing? And how's Mercy Watson? She's excited, right? Folly, said Mr. Watson. Mercy narrowed her eyes. Mr. Watson was looking over his shoulder at Baby. He was not looking at the road. Mercy saw her chance. She gathered her strength. She leaped. Oof! Help, Mr. Watson said. Help me. What do you think Mercy's wanting to do here? Yeah, she wants to drive, and she thought it was a good time. Here we go. Woo-wee, said baby Lincoln. What folly, what fun, what adventure. Please, said Mr. Watson, get off me. He pushed at Mercy with both hands. But Mercy did not move. She put her front hooves on the steering wheel. She was in the driver's seat, and she intended to stay there. All right, so who's driving now? Mercy is driving. Mr. Watson does not like this. What about baby Lincoln? What about her face? How's she feeling? Oh, yeah, she's excited. She thinks this is a great adventure. Now, remember, guys, who's still behind them? The police. Have they noticed yet? I don't think they've noticed. I don't think they've even said anything about it. Nope, so we'll see what happens. Here we go. Chapter 8. Back on Deckawoot Drive, Eugenia Lincoln was looking for Baby. She looked in Baby's bed. Baby was not there. She looked on the back step. Baby was not there either. Baby, shouted Eugenia. Reveal yourself at once. Why do you think they made this word big like this and bold with this black letters? Why? Yeah, because Eugenia was yelling, so they wanted to show that it was loud. But Baby did not reveal herself. Where could she be, said Eugenia, and why do I think this has something to do with that pig? Eugenia marched next door. She rang the Watsons' doorbell. Mrs. Watson, said Eugenia, Baby is missing. Goodness, said Mrs. Watson. And I believe that your pig is responsible, said Eugenia. Mercy, said Mrs. Watson. Yes, said Eugenia. Exactly. But Mercy is not here, said Mrs. Watson. She is on her Saturday ride with Mr. Watson. Eugenia turned and looked down the road. Folly, she said. Heaven, said Mrs. Watson. You don't think? I do think, said Eugenia. That is my point exactly. I do think, and apparently I'm the only one around here who does. So what is she thinking? Where is Baby? Yeah, she's realizing, oh no, Baby must have gone with Mr. Watson. All right, chapter 9. Officer Tomiello had to go very fast to catch up with the convertible. The officer had to speed. Is that vehicle swerving? Officer Tomiello asked himself. It is, he answered himself. It is most definitely swerving. What does it mean if the car is swerving, you guys? Yeah, if a car's swerving, it's like going like this, like it's not driving straight and safe. It's like moving. Is the driver of that vehicle breaking the law? Officer Tomiello asked. Without a doubt, he answered. The law is being broken. It is time to take action. Officer Tomiello pulled up alongside the car. He shouted into his bullhorn, "Pull over!" The driver turned. The driver looked at him. The driver oinked. Is that pig behind the wheel? Officer Tomiello asked himself. Yes, he answered himself. Yes, that pig is most definitely behind the wheel. Again, Officer Tomiello shouted into his bullhorn, "Pull over! Pigs cannot drive cars! Pull over immediately!" Okay, so Mercy's about to get in trouble, but look at her. Does she know she's in trouble? No, she's having the time of her life. She doesn't even care. He is absolutely correct, said Mr. Watson. Pigs cannot drive cars, and I would like to pull over, but I can no longer feel my legs. Therefore, I cannot step on the brake pedal. Therefore, I cannot stop this car. Oh dear, said Baby, I think we are in trouble. Chapter 10. Back on Decawoo Drive, Mrs. Watson invited Eugenia inside. There's no point in worrying alone, Mrs. Watson said. Come in and help me fix a snack for my darlings. Mrs. Watson brought Eugenia into the kitchen. Will you help me butter some toast? Asked Mrs. Watson. Toast, grumbled Eugenia. Who cares about toast? Don't worry, said Mrs. Watson. She patted Eugenia on the back. If Baby is with Mr. Watson, then she is just fine. Mr. Watson is an excellent driver. He is a menace, said Eugenia. Pardon, said Mrs. Watson. Nothing, said Eugenia. She picked up a piece of toast. Remember, a menace we said was a troublemaker, so she thinks Mr. Watson's a troublemaker. She applied the tiniest amount of butter. What's wrong with that? How much does Mercy like? She likes toast with a great deal of butter on it. Oh, heavens, said Mrs. Watson. You have to put on more than that. Mercy likes a great deal of butter on her toast. Who cares how pigs like their toast? Eugenia said. There, said Mrs. Watson. I know that you are worried, but everything will work out. Baby will come home. In the meantime, why don't we just concentrate on our buttering? Toast is not the answer, grumbled Eugenia. But she buttered another piece anyway. All right, chapter 11. This is where we'll start tomorrow. This will be the end of the book. We'll do chapters 11, 12, 13, 14. So what's happening still? We're back in the car now. And who's still driving? Mercy. All right, so we'll have to see what happens tomorrow. Let's see if they get pulled over. Maybe they're going to get a ticket. Do you think they're going to crash? Make a prediction. What do you think is going to happen? How is the car going to stop? Who's going to stop the car? Is something bad going to happen? Are they going to go to jail? What do you think is going to happen? Are they going to get to eat their toast? Make a prediction about what you think will happen tomorrow at the end of the book. Okay? All right. Good job, everybody. That's the end of story time for today.